Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy to prefer now. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video I'm coming on here with some more NFL Washington Commanders draft news. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next big thing up and coming for the Washington Commanders, as we know, is the draft. And with the draft coming up, there is a plethora of positions that Washington could attack in the first round. None other bigger, in my opinion, than addressing cornerback. In my opinion, I believe that's where we should go at 16, and I feel like that is where we will end up going at 16. There is a plethora of cornerbacks to choose from. Christian Gonzalez being a lot of people's favorites, but sorry to break it to you, Christian Gonzalez won't be there at 16. As bad as I would love for Christian Gonzalez to be a Commander, and if he fell to 16, it would be like a steal, bro. He is not going to be there. Okay, so with that being said, we now have to shift our thinking to guys like Joey Porter Jr., Devon, I believe his name is Branch from Alabama, who's a safety slash cornerback. You got some other guys like Keely Ringo, who's like an early second round guy, stuff like that. And a guy that we're going to talk about in the title is about Devon Witherspoon. Now, this doesn't really mean much, but it kind of means something to me. Because this is a guy that I seen a little bit of his film, and I was like, this is a guy that I could see Washington using. So, according to Pro Football Network, it says quarterback Devon Witherspoon is the most drafted player by Commanders users over the past week in the Pro Football Network mock draft simulator, with 17.3% users of Washington mock picking Devon Witherspoon. And again, it really doesn't mean much, because it's like if I was to go on my computer and go to Pro Football Network and do a mock draft and pick Devon Witherspoon. Or like you doing that. It's just a mock draft. Doesn't mean much different. Nothing. But what it means is that a lot of the fans are thinking alike. A lot of the fans are like, we have to get cornerback in the first round. But not that we just have to get cornerback, that this guy is one of the favorites. And I believe this is a guy that we're interested in. I believe this is a guy that Washington is most likely to draft. He's a guy that can play the slot, can play outside, and he's a guy that's not afraid to go get the quarterback. Okay, so in my opinion, I think he'll be more of like a slot guy, because he's small, and we'll take a little bit more look at Devon Witherspoon's background and fit, and what he struggles at and what he's good at. He's 6 foot, so he's pretty. He's small. And he's more like he'll be like a good boundary slash slot guy, a guy that you can move all around. And I think he could be, right there with Danny Johnson and, competing for the slot position. But Danny Johnson, in my opinion, he was a way better outside guy than he was slot. But considering the fact that they like to use him in the slot also, I feel like that's where he will get maybe most of his shine, if any. So let's look at Devon Witherspoon background before I continue to give my opinion on him. So he actually measured in at 5'11.5" at the combine. So he's pretty small, bro. He only weighs a buck 81. Some of his strengths is that he allowed completion rate of just 34.9% in 2022. Impressive route recognition and trigger on the throw, so he's able to jump the ball and stuff like that and recognize what kind of route it's going to be, which is good for pass breakups. Eyes are probing from off coverage. Well balanced defending high / low route concepts from zone. Instinctive with 14 pass breakup in 2022. Takes ball side angles to disrupt the catch, so that's pretty good. He's a physical player with a striker's mentality and the run support as a tackler and versus the pass. So that's a lot of his strengths, and that's what I like to see. He's not that tall. Okay, he's a small guy, but he's not afraid to play, bigger than what he actually is. Yes, he's 5'11", 6 foot, $180, soaking wet, but he ain't afraid to go tackle, come downhill, make a play on a screen, wide receiver screen, make a play on a running back, stick his nose into the run game. He's not afraid of that, and that's what you need. You need a dog, and you can see that on film. He's not afraid to get physical with the receiver at the line, although he is small. He's not afraid to jump the route, pass, break up. He's not afraid to go skip. Hey, Devon, go bag me a quarterback, man. Go on the cornerback list. He's not afraid to do that, and I love that. And a big thing that made me realize that Washington is pretty much a favorite to draft this guy is he's a zone guy. He's a zone guy. I'm not saying he can't play man, but he's a zone guy. And you guys know our scheme is pretty much zone. And looking at our cornerback room quickly before we get to his weaknesses, looking at our cornerback room as of right now, it's Benjamin St. Juste, it's Kendall Fuller, it's Danny Johnson, and it's Cameron Dantzler. Now, you guys already know how I feel about Cameron Dantzler. I feel like if he gets coached up right, we got us a steal. And then if you add Devon Witherspoon in the first round, your cornerback room now went from, being a position where we got some solid starters but we don't have no depth to where we got depth galore. Okay, because then you still could bring up Rashad Wild Goose if you want. You still could, Tariq Castro Field. So, man, drafting a guy like Devon Witherspoon and a cornerback in general in the first round will be huge for this defense and this position group overall. His weaknesses. He can be stepped off balance by release fakes. Coverage is very handsy after the first 5 yards, so that's not good because that can draw a lot of penalties. He's sluggish to transition hips and match route breaks from his back pedals, so he's not as fluid when it comes to flipping his hips in the back pedal. Top end speed could be an issue at the next level, so he's not the fastest. So now that is a little bit concerning, considering the fact that he's not he's not big, but he's also, I guess, not top end speed, which in zone coverage mainly isn't the problem. You don't have to have the fastest 40 time or be the fastest guy to play zone. However, being 5'11", I would expect him to be pretty fast. Now he still very well could be, but that's his strengths and weaknesses. Let me look at his did he run the 40? Let me actually look at his 40 time. If he actually did. Let me look up Devon Witherspoon's 40 time. And it looks like he didn't run the 40. And I'm not even sure if he had his pro day yet. So I'll definitely cover him more in the pro day. Okay, so he ran a 4.39 apparently last year. Or actually, it said last updated on March 12th. So he ran a 40 time. And his 40 time was 4.39, so he's plenty fast. So I'm not sure if I agree with that last weakness. Top end speed, he may obviously not be as fast as like the Tyreek Hills, the Jalen Waddles of the world. Possibly not, but 4.39 is pretty fast. So actually, that's not a weakness in my opinion. That's actually pretty good. So Devon Witherspoon, nevertheless, is a guy that I think Washington is interested in. I think Washington should take a look at. And I think he's a guy that come night one, he may get his name called. Again, I would love this pick because I feel like we need to upgrade the quarterback position in the first round. And getting him will only bolster this room so much more. I mean, again, like I said, Kendall Fuller, Benjamin St. Juste, Cameron Dantzler, Danny Johnson, and then you add a guy like Devon Witherspoon to this room, and then you still got Rashad Wild Goose and or Tariq Castro Fields that you can call up on a weekly basis. This room could quickly become one of the best if we draft this guy. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Washington is pretty much favorite to draft Devon Witherspoon. Doesn't mean we're going to draft this guy, but we're pretty much a favorite to land him. Let me know what you guys think about this video. As always, being well one Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. See you guys next time. I'm out. Peace. Cost me 1, time that's gonna get you popped.